Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Northern Kentucky Spotlight Podcast, presented by CVG. I'm your host, Sarah Brookbank. Today on the podcast, we are joined by Tyren Wilson and John Luck of Epic Flight Academy. They talk about opportunities for students as well as their upcoming open houses. Thank you to our podcast sponsors, CVG, our title sponsor, C Crew Consulting, our digital sponsor, and our episode sponsor, Schneller Knockelman. It is sports season here in Northern Kentucky, and the Chamber is headed to the ballpark and to the pitch this summer. On Thursday, July 25th, the Kentucky Association of Manufacturers is partnering with the Chamber to co-host NKY Manufacturers Night. Network with us and cheer on the Florence Y'alls. Individual tickets are only $15 and include admission to the private party deck, bottomless soft drinks and popcorn, and a hot dog buffet. And you can also enjoy Dollar Beer Night. On Thursday, August 1st, we are hosting FC Cincinnati Global Experience Night with the Hispanic Chamber of Cincinnati at TQL Stadium. This all-inclusive event includes a VIP happy hour on the East Plaza of TQL Stadium, a ticket to the game, an all-you-can-eat buffet, and an open bar. And on Thursday, August 15th, we're headed back to Thomas More Stadium for NKYP Brews and Baseball with the Florence Y'alls. Registration for this event includes a ticket to the game on the exclusive Florence Y'alls Party Patio, a $10 voucher for food and beverages, and a VIP inside look into the Y'alls franchise. You can register for all of these great events at nkychamber.com/events. Now, let's go meet our members of the week, hear from our sponsors, and I'll be back with this week's guests from Epic Flight Academy.
Why would you travel to England?
For football.
To go or not to go?
That is an easy question.
To visit the land of Shakespeare.
To take in all the sights.
Authentic fish and chips.
To experience arts and culture.
2 words, British Open.
To visit my family.
Same reason I go anywhere. For a pint of beer. To start my trip through Europe.
Whatever your reason, there's no better time than now.
The NKY Business Roundup is sponsored by Payroll Partners. Business owners, CFOs, and HR pros just don't have time for hold times and hotlines. They need Payroll Partners. Welcome back to another NKY Weekly Business News Roundup. For NKY, I'm Noah Jones, here to fill you in on all of the business news from this past week. Let's begin. SparkHaus, a new hub for the Northern Kentucky startup community, has received $750,000 in funding from the Carol Ann and Ralph D. Hale Jr. Foundation and Dries Homes Foundation. Specifically, the Hale Foundation is pledging $500,000, while the Dries Homes Foundation is pledging $250,000. SparkHaus aims to create a centralized office hub for the Northern Kentucky-based startups, investment firms, and entrepreneurial support organizations. SparkHaus will be located in the former Sims Furniture Building at 727 Madison Avenue in Covington's Central Business District. Its amenities will include meeting spaces, classrooms, and presentation rooms. The building is 47,000 square feet, 39,000 square feet of which can be accommodated to rent-paying office space. The Northern Kentucky Port Authority owns this property. These funds follow the $6 million committed to the project by the Kentucky General Assembly in its most recent budget and the $3 million the Port Authority developed from Kenton County State-backed Site Development Fund in 2023. Other key sources of funding for SparkHaus are $2.04 million from the Kentucky Heritage Council in Kentucky Historic Rehabilitation Tax Credits and $2.5 million from the Catalytic Fund toward the project's construction. In total, SparkHaus is anticipated to cost $16.4 million, according to a press release from Kenton County. Candace McGraw, the outgoing CEO of the Cincinnati Northern Kentucky International Airport, aka CVG, is credited with revitalizing the airport during her tenure since 2011. She revamped the cargo operations, bringing in DHL Express and Amazon Air hubs, consolidated terminal space, introduced low-cost airlines, and repurposed unused land. McGraw announced her retirement plans for June 2025. In her keynote speech at the Northern Kentucky Chamber of Commerce, McGraw highlighted several ongoing and future projects, including the North Cargo Village, or Global Logistics Park, which will feature new cargo forwarding and freighter facilities to handle less time-sensitive, larger parcels. She also discussed the Hangar Row development from Aircraft Maintenance and Manufacturing, which has also received significant funding commitments. Additionally, McGraw introduced Elevate CVG, a comprehensive terminal redevelopment campaign aimed at modernizing the airport's facilities and improving customer experience. These projects are expected to significantly enhance the airport's capabilities and contribute to the region's quality of life. The Union City Commission discussed financing for their new town center development on Monday. To build a new city building, park, and retail space with their total costs estimated at $12.4 million. The commissioners decided to finance the project with a 20-year bond, using the city's growth fund of approximately $1.4 million per year to cover the debt. Public Works Director Paul Kremer provided a rough estimate for the park to land maintenance at $105,000 annually, excluding labor costs. Including additional staff and equipment, the total could reach $200,000 per year. The idea of raising taxes to fund the project was dismissed by Mayor Larry Solomon, who expressed enthusiasm for the development. Solomon expects citizens to see progress by 2025 and highlighted the town center as a future community gathering spot. The Goat Bar, located at the corner of Huntington and East Southern Avenues in Latonia, celebrated its grand opening on Thursday with a ribbon-cutting ceremony by the City of Covington. Co-founder Matt Johnson, alongside Vice Mayor Ron Washington, highlighted the neighborhood's strong sense of community and walkability. Johnson and his partner purchased the building in June for $200,000. Previously, it housed Mick's Pub, an Irish bar, from 2012 to 2022. The bar's name, The Goat, stands for Greatest of All Time and reflects Johnson's fondness for the animal, which aids in marketing and branding. Johnson chose Latonia for its neighborly atmosphere and the brick exterior of the building. The bar features a live music space, dartboards, numerous TVs, charity machines, a golden tea machine, and keno. Johnson emphasized the casual vibe, offering affordable drinks and snacks like hot dogs and nachos. Johnson, a full-time real estate appraiser, and his partner view managing the bar as a part-time endeavor. Initially, the bar will operate Wednesday through Sunday from 5 p.m. to midnight, with plans to adjust the hours as the business grows. And that's the weekly business news roundup for this week. For Link NKY, I'm Noah Jones.
Congratulations to our members of the week. You can learn more about these businesses by following the Northern Kentucky Chamber on social media, where we will highlight one of these businesses each day. Now, let's meet our members of the week. At Conservative Financial Solutions, they believe everyone should be able to live the retirement they've always wanted. C-Crew Consulting knows exactly how to leverage the most powerful search, display, and video platforms to ensure that you're showing up when and where you want to be found. PAS Associates is a human resources consulting firm founded in 1987 to assist small and medium-sized businesses. As a family-owned and locally operated roofing company, Bone Dry Roofing takes pride in offering a suite of quality roofing services and exterior solutions designed to address every aspect of your home's exterior needs. The Circuit is the nonprofit Information Technology Association for the Greater Cincinnati region, working to raise the technology IQ of the region. Hi, everyone. Today on the podcast, I am joined by Tyren Wilson and John Luck of Epic Flight Academy. Gentlemen, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us on.
It is so great to have you on. We had you guys on a couple of months ago just to highlight the exciting opening of Epic Flight Academy's mechanic school here in Northern Kentucky. You guys have been open for a little while. Tell us about how it's going. And for people who don't know you guys already, tell us about what you guys do.
It's going pretty good. I mean, we're really super excited to be up here in Boone County in Northern Kentucky. The welcoming atmosphere is just, it's humbling. We love it. We have another campus in Florida, but this one up here at CVG is really you folks up here are so focused on aviation, so it's kind of easy on us to do our job. To to be, open this school. So that it's been a real pleasure.
Like a breath of fresh air. Definitely. We love Florida, but like John was saying, it's so many people here willing to help, wanting to get into the school, see what they can do, or tell someone about it. I get stopped all the time wearing my Epic shirt around Erlanger. People want to talk about the program.
Yeah, and so you guys are located in Erlanger. You guys have the Aircraft Mechanic School, and so you guys are accepting new students. You're looking for people to get involved with the program. One of the things you guys have coming up later this month, you guys have 2 open houses. So tell us a little bit about those open houses you guys have planned.
Well, the open house we have planned on the 26th will run from 12 to 6. We felt that we want to be able to open it up to people that may have a job or working during the daytime. So we're going to run it, a little longer. People can come out. You can get a tour of the school, meet a admin personnel that can help you walk through the steps of signing up for the school. You can also get your Sally Mae done while you're there as well. A lot of our students use Sally Mae to pay for their tuition, but a lot of people don't understand what to put in when they're actually trying to get Sally Mae, and a lot of times it actually gets them denied. So having our admin reps there to walk you through each step of the Sally Mae process should help a lot of people.
Then a nice thing is they'll be able to walk around the school, see some of the stuff they're going to be working on, and we actually at the school we're teaching to the FAA standard, and it's what they get. What we're giving them the fundamentals and the building blocks, the foundation blocks to build a great career. Some of our students come in and say, well, I want to learn how to work on F-16s. Well, that's not what we teach. We teach the basics and the fundamentals. And once you get your A&P certification, that literally opens the door for you to learn for the rest of your life. Then you can go learn on F-16s or Boeing 747s or 767s or Airbus or everything else. It's a wonderful career. It has opened doors for me that I just didn't even know existed. A lot of folks don't even understand what aviation maintenance is. It's not just a person working on a airplane or a dirty old engine. Oh, I'm an airplane mechanic. It gives such a broad description. Once you get into aviation maintenance, there's scheduling, there's parts, there's materials handling, tracking, maintenance scheduling is a whole nother career just in itself. So even having that certification with you will open more doors. It's amazing what that will open up for an individual. And we love having, every person from all across the spectrum. We love ladies in aviation. Some of the ladies make better mechanics or technicians than some of the guys, just because guys like to tear stuff apart and ladies like to read a little bit more and know what they're doing. So that's a big running joke in all of our campuses.
I love that. That's so funny. One of the things you mentioned is this is a really great start for somebody starting a career. It opens a lot of doors for them. Talk a little bit more about the benefits of specifically going to Epic and using your all's program.
It's kind of neat. Epic's been doing flight training for 22 plus years, and we started in Florida. The owner of the company, Danny Perna, he actually started his flight program as an A&P mechanic. Bought himself an airplane, started flying. He was so busy working on the aircraft that he hired CFIs, flight instructors, and then he continued, built his company up. So we've had 20 plus years of doing this and training pilots. However, 5 or 6 years ago, we were actually, and I'm a product of it. Our COO is a product of it. Half of our staff in New Smyrna that actually maintain our airplanes at our flight academies went through a type of apprenticeship program, if you will. So you come in, work under ANPs, licensed ANPs or certificated ANPs for 3 to 4 years, and then when you're ready, you'd go test. So the nice thing with us is we recognized years ago that we've been doing the same. Not only have we been training great pilots, and our pilot recognition is all over the world. Our pilots, it's amazing when you go out of the country and they say, "Hey, I went to Epic," or yeah, it's kind of cool. However, we were also training by default. We were training mechanics, and we kind of our owners, upper management, they stepped back and looked at it and said, "Wait a minute, we're doing this, and we're actually creating some really, really good technicians. Why don't we open a school?" So obviously, here we are, second school. So the nice thing is we have real world experience. It's not just that's all we do, because we do have multiple flight locations across the country. And obviously being up here and actually being partnered with FEAM in this venture up here in Northern Kentucky, the advantages to going to Epic is you're going to have access to this. Number one, you open the back door and you see airplanes taking off.
I had to see at least 30 airplanes land, take off.
It's
today,
crazy.
within about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know what was going on where they just kept going today.
Well, it's exciting. Even when you drive into the middle of a field through the back gate, you see those big CVG letters and you're excited. The excitement starts, and then you go between these two big buildings and you get a little closer to the tower. And then our campus is literally in the middle of the field. So you're surrounded by aviation professionals there's thousands of years of combined knowledge just on this field alone.
Yeah.
So that's one of our advantages that some of our folks will be able to obviously see, but they're already working for some of these folks, some of these carriers on the field. So they're getting real life experience, they're getting hands-on, plus they're getting the training. And with our other hiring partners from the years of flight training, we have a very, very robust placement program. Sometimes we have students. Usually we don't have to help students place anywhere in the country, actually anywhere in the world. However, with our such a good thick background, we have a lot of our customers. Hey, do you have this student? Or I'm looking for a mechanic here. Or I'm looking for a mechanic here. We've placed mechanics all over the world. We have mechanics now in Saudi Arabia. We have mechanics in Hawaii. We have mechanics in Alaska. We have mechanics up in New England.
Definitely. Yeah. I think John's being a little modest here. He said we a lot, that he placed a lot of them. He's our career development coordinator. He's done a great job of that. I don't know anyone that's went through our program that has not gotten to the place they want to be. No one's being forced to go to a job they don't want. They're actually taking their time. And that's great right now, the industry needing so many mechanics. You have the ball in your hand of where you want to go. Our program is not just for high school kids. It's not just for people that have been in aviation. If you've never been in aviation in your life, we can train you for 19 months to become a great aircraft mechanic. Young, old, even if you're at a job right now and you're thinking about, no, what I wish I would have did that. Why not do it?
Yeah, you bring up a good point. And literally right now down in our campus up here, we have a few vets. But even in our campus down in Florida, we do have a lot of middle-aged folks. I'm a prime example. I got back into aviation in my mid-40s, and I was like, what in the heck am I doing trying to change my career in my mid-40s? It was the best thing I've ever done. Some of our folks that just graduated 2 months ago in New Smyrna Beach, they've had, I'm thinking of Simon Leon. He was actually he had a business degree.
Yeah.
And he just hated what he was doing, hated being in the office.
Spoke out language.
Yeah, multiple languages. So he came out and he wanted to, aircraft always fascinated him. He actually went through the program. And when he was done with our program, he also was got another degree in aviation maintenance administration. He's going to be the next supervisor. So we have a lot of actually down there now. We have multiple guys that are older, that are diesel mechanics that have been in the diesel mechanic. They're in their 40s. They're just tired of being greasy, dirty. I have another gentleman down there. He's I forget what he was doing, but he's been in the industry, not in our industry, but in some kind of automotive industry. And he's like, I just want something better. I want something different. I want something better.
It sounds like there are so many great opportunities, like you guys have both mentioned, for anybody to really get involved, change the way they're living, do something new, and do something exciting that appeals to them. So for people who have listened to this and they're like, yeah, this sounds right up my alley, but maybe they can't make the open house, how can people learn more about you? How can people get in touch about Epic Flight Academy?
Well, like we said, the open house is Friday from 12 to 6, but we're also going to have another one the next day on the 27th from 9 to 1. For anyone that's working during the Friday open house. But if you can't make either open house, you can always get in touch with us through 1-866-FLY-EPIC. A representative will get you to the right person, or you can just stop by the location here at CVG Airport, 160 New Price Pike.
Yep, New Price Pike.
Just come on down. We would love to tour you anytime. We're there 9 to 5, Monday through Friday.
Or even just look online. Our all of our staff. We always want everybody to come to Epic. That's our big thing. But we also want to make sure that they open their eyes, go online, look at what's available, do a little research.
Exactly.
And then if you really want to come to Epic, you can also just go online too, and it's epicflightacademy.com.
Yeah, I mean, we love what we do, but it's easy to do it when it just comes secondhand. You asked about Epic, what benefits would a person have? When a person comes to our mechanic school versus going to a college or another A&P school, you might not be getting the information from an actual A&P. You're going to get taught by people that actually have been in the field, actually worked on aircraft, and have been where you're trying to go. I think that what sets us apart. And at 3 o'clock, when the school is done, we don't shut off the lights. We don't go home. If a kid has questions and they want more knowledge, we're there to feed them. That's the great thing I see around Epic. If you want to learn and you want the knowledge, we're going to give it to you.
Yeah, you brought another good point. Our staff, we're always finding new and better, and I don't see better. We're always finding more passionate instructors. Sometimes we have a couple students complain because there was an instructor change. However, we're always trying to find the best instructor for that class or for those students, and we understand people. Human factors is one of the things that we train at as an A&P. So when you can get some really, really passionate instructors, we have some great instructors, like Tyren said, they'll come in. Some of our instructors will actually come in on their vacations. They come in on their weekends. They come in at night to help them pass these FA exams and help them learn more sheet metal, engine, mag timing. So it is mostly our instructors.
We're aviation nerds.
Yeah. That's what you guys do, and you're very passionate about it.
Definitely.
It's a fun career. It has opened doors for me. I can't tell you how many stories of the people. The other thing that I really get enjoyment out of is it has actually working for Epic. It has actually opened the doors for me to actually give back. Epic gives a lot of scholarships out from down in Florida and here in partnership with FEAM. So when you can take a young person that really didn't know what they want to do, or maybe they had a dead end job, or they thought they were going to work in a menial job, just a bad, not a great job, and then you can talk to them, a young lady or a young man, or middle-aged young lady or a man, and they say, "Geez, I didn't know I could do that," and then all of a sudden, you can see that light go off. You see that spark, and then we actually, as stewards of this, we get to change someone's life, because once they get to where they want to be and they get the passion too, they get that bug that they get bit by, it's exciting and it's fun, and then they change lives of other people. They change the lives of their families, their friends, and then they give back later on. I mean, we even have some of our students now that have actually come back and are now working for us in our New Smyrna Beach campus. And it's just kind of cool, full circle, to see where they've gone, and they're coming back to us. So it's pretty neat.
Yeah, that is so cool. And we're so excited to have you guys up here in Northern Kentucky. Hopefully we can get some more people to your open house and you guys can get started changing their lives as well. But Tyren and John, it was so great to have you guys on the podcast today. Is there anything else about Epic Flight Academy that people need to know before I let you guys go today?
One more thing. We have a scholarship event that we're going to be doing in November. It is in Florida. We've been doing it this is the 9th year. But Epic gives away $85,000 in scholarships every year, and that's to high school juniors and seniors. The portal is open now. All you have to do is get on Epic's website. You can hit scholarships. It'll come up. You just got to make a YouTube video and tell us why you want to be a pilot or mechanic. We have a group of people that come together and they decide who's winning. But we give away 2 $20,000 mechanic scholarships and 3 or 4 pilot scholarships. Throughout the whole year, Epic's probably going to give away about $150,000 in scholarships to the other organizations that we give as well.
Yeah, well, that is incredible.
People just have to look for it.
And again, yeah, I couldn't agree more. Like I said, to be able to, for me as an A&P mechanic, to be able to give back, but also to work for such a good company that actually can give back to the community. We give back to high schools. We give back to all these things. So yeah, for me to work for a good company like this, and once you are in aviation, it's a massive industry, but it's a very small community. So it definitely opens doors and gives you you walk a little taller, put it that way, when you're an A&P mechanic or technician.
Yeah. Well, that is great. I will definitely hope that we have some of our Northern Kentuckians looking into that scholarship opportunity as well. But thank you both again for being on the podcast. It was great to have you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us, sir.
Ranking on Google Search and Maps is easy to understand, but hard to do. It requires constant effort and attention, uploading new photos, responding to Google reviews, writing weekly posts, and checking suggested updates. Google listing optimization takes experience and time, and there are no shortcuts. C-Crew gives your Google My Business account the steady, consistent attention it needs to be effective, optimizing, updating, and expanding critical content every single week. From local retail stores to large regional networks, C-Crew generates content, establishes benchmarks, and creates dramatic, measurable increases in engagement. So what can C-Crew do for your business? More calls, more clicks, more clients.
Chris Knockelman with Schneller Knockelman Plumbing, Heating, and Air. It's spring now, but before you know it, our ACs are working overtime.
Dave, it's going to be warm soon.
Right now is a good time to get the AC serviced, right?
You can get your AC tuned up for only $59.
So get your $59 tune-up at
SKPHA.com. SKPHA. So if your plumbing and mechanical systems give you trouble, just remember our name, Schneller Knockelman.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit more about Epic Flight Academy from Tyren and John. Don't forget to check out their open houses happening on the 26th and the 27th. Thank you again to our podcast sponsors, CVG, C-Crew Consulting, and Schneller Knockelman. Like I said, there are a ton of upcoming sports events here at the Chamber, starting with NKY Manufacturers Night happening on Thursday, July 25th, and FC Cincinnati Global Experience Night happening on Thursday, August 1st. You will not want to miss either of those events. They are going to be very exciting. Be sure to get your tickets now at nkychamber.com/events. Finally, if you're a member who would like to be featured on the podcast, or if you're someone who is interested in joining the Northern Kentucky Chamber, please reach out to Lynn Ablin. And if you are a member who would like to be featured on our Talent Strategy Spotlight, please reach out to Nancy Spivey. You can find their contact information on the screen in front of you or at our staff directory at nkychamber.com. Thanks again for tuning in. I'll talk to you guys next week.